Having insane mouse control and aiming mechanics is only part of the aiming puzzle. The ability to read and predict movement significantly improves your accuracy and leads to insane aimbot-like aim. Tracking or clicking on a target when you know where it is moving is a relatively simple task. Take a map from KOVAK 2.0 like Mid-Range Long Strafe's Invincible. For the most part, you know where the target will be moving, which makes tracking very manageable. Alternatively, you have maps like Air, where the target is moving in all directions randomly, which makes tracking far more difficult. Fortunately, the vast majority of modern, popular first-person shooter games have readable and somewhat predictable movement that we can exploit. Step 1. Focus on your target. There is a huge difference between looking at your target and focusing on your target. An example of this is looking at a ceiling fan. You can see it spinning, but you have no real idea where a blade is at a particular time. If you then focus on a blade, you can actually track its rotation, so long as it's not moving too fast. Another example is looking at someone's face when talking to them, compared to focusing on their face where you suddenly have to choose an eye or a nose to focus on. This extra level of attention gained from focusing on a target will lock you in and provide a wealth of important information. Focusing on your target will improve your tracking tremendously by allowing you to absorb visual cues that can indicate where a target is moving, when it is changing direction, jumping, or crouching. Step 2. Understand their intention. Knowing where a target wants to go or has to go is invaluable information. For example, you may get the jump on a target in the open and they have to run for the nearest cover. You know their destination and can therefore plan your aim around it. For a tracking weapon, you can treat it like a long strafe. With a single fire weapon, you can now plant your crosshair ahead of them and wait for them to move into it. Understanding their intention manifests in many different forms across games. Ultimately, every player you face will be trying to achieve something, no matter the situation or stage of the game. It is up to you to discern what their most likely course of action is and to exploit that. Over time, you'll get very good at predicting where players will move and what they will do, and when you have that knowledge, aiming becomes so much easier. You are no longer playing catch up and reacting to everything. Instead, you can make calculated and informed aiming movements that will be far more accurate and consistent. Step 3. Jumping targets are dead targets. In popular modern FPS games, jumping will lock you into a certain trajectory, with either zero or minimal air strafing. A jumping target is your golden ticket to lasering them down. As we've been saying, knowing where a target is going is incredibly beneficial to your aim. Jumping is a shockingly common reaction players have when moving around and being shot at. For tracking weapons, this lets you draw a simple arc over them. For single fire weapons, you can plant your crosshair ahead of where they will end up, or make a calculated flick as you know where they will imminently be. This also extends to other mechanics like jump pads, jetpacks, zip lines, and so on that lock a player into a particular movement. Learning to exploit these movements is a great way to net free kills or damage. Thanks for watching, we hope you found this helpful, and as always, please comment your thoughts and let us know what you would like to see next.